Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel, a place where we talk all things beauty. So today I thought we would do a little get ready with me. I recently hauled quite a bit of new products. I've posted my PR haul not long ago, so I have quite a bit of new makeup to play with. So today I finally had some time to do so. I don't know what it is, but I've just been loving what I already have. I recently posted shopping my stash, so I went and picked some goodies to focus on during this month instead of shopping the Sephora sale, and I've just been having so much fun with my collection. I also do project plans, so the new makeup was kind of sitting left and abandoned, but I thought today let's just sit down and finally try everything. So I have quite a bit of products to go through. I have new cushion foundation to try, then Worst sent me over some makeup goodies because they recently launched a makeup line. I also have some goodies from Jen Ardell spring collection, the new Huda Beauty setting spray. I have product from Peach and Lily, and I also have Prada mascara. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna sit down, chit chat, and get ready together trying new things. I will go ahead and start by prepping my skin with this blurring balm powder from Vanessa Myricks, but this one is actually in Universal Radiant, and I've actually never tried the original just because, I don't know, it sounds like it's more suited for oily skin. How gorgeous is this packaging? We have little Scooby-Doo. What is supposed to do? This is a texture reducing, coverage boosting. Wow, interesting. Blurring balm to powder that balances oils throughout the day while maintaining hydration. Okay, yeah, I can definitely see a little golden shimmer specks in it. Let me just get this hair out of my face. This is headband. This is from Worst. They sent it my way along with makeup. Oh, I like this color. It's really cute. But let me just go ahead and scoop a tiny bit of this primer. Not sure if that's too much. It's currently 2 p.m. and I'm just getting ready. I had quite a busy morning today. I took my younger one to activity class in the morning, and then he was having some fun on the playground and he got me running after him. So we'll see if this primer mattifies a little bit, because I wouldn't mind that. Interesting. Now that I look up close, I can definitely see those little golden shimmers on my skin. Nothing too crazy, but they're definitely there. It feels really lightweight. It's almost like a silicone-y balm texture. I like that it doesn't feel heavy or like those traditional silicone primers, because I don't like those at all. I also forgot to hydrate my lips, so I'm gonna use this Mango People lip balm. This one is in my Shop My Stash bag for this month, and I really like this one. It's really hydrating. I will say that when you look at it like that, you think, oh, there's so much product, but in actuality, that's all you get. And it wasn't in my collection for a very long time, so I don't think you get a ton of product here. But the product is good. I really enjoy how hydrating it feels on the lips, and it's not weird, dry, waxy feeling like some lip balms can be. Then I have this massive thing. This is from Korean brand Clio. So I logged onto this Picky app, and they were having a giveaway, and somehow I won. And I rarely win anything, so this is kind of shocking to me. But this is the Keel Kava Original Cushion Foundation. We have 5 shades, and if you know something about me, is that the girl can't shade match for the life of her. This is what the packaging looks like, and inside you have your little puff/sponge. So let's go ahead and swatch all the shades, because I'll be honest, I have no idea which one is best for me. This one is 90C Light. I feel like this one is too light for me. Next we have 19N Porcelain. I feel like this one is too yellow. Then we have 21C Lingerie. I feel like this one so far is the winner. It does lean a little bit peachy. Then we have 21N Linen. Another one that is just so yellow. And finally we have 23N Ginger. You know what? Screw what I said. This one, the ginger one, is the most yellow out of them all, so I think I'm somewhere between these two. I think I'm gonna go with the 21C Lingerie. I'm always so confused about how to use these cushion foundations. Do you actually use this little spongy thing? Do you wet it prior and then go in? I'm just gonna use my sponge. This is from LYS Beauty. I'm just gonna do a couple of dabs and then start applying it. Oh, this one is scented quite heavily, to be honest. It's like floral, I think. But what are you guys up to this weekend? Well, I'm filming this on Friday, so for me, gonna be weekend, but I don't know, by the time I edit everything and upload, of course, it will not be the weekend, but I'm so excited because it's Friday. Well, to be honest, when you're a mom, Friday doesn't really mean anything because your mom job just doesn't stop because it's weekend. There's still so much to do, and especially since it's Easter weekend, we have planned some activities for the kids, and of course Easter Bunny will come on Sunday. So when somebody is saying, yay, finally Friday, I'm like, yay, I guess. It doesn't really mean to me anything, to be honest. But this is what the thin layer of this Keel Cover Found Wear Cushion Foundation looks like on me. Honestly, not too bad. And that shade match is not the worst. I've definitely had so much worse. It feels really lightweight on the skin and looks really smoothing. The finish is semi-matte, very natural. It doesn't really accentuate dryness or lines. So far, so good. I will say this one is really fragrant, so if you're sensitive to fragrances, just be aware of that. I don't have a new bronzer, so I'm gonna use my Merit Bronze Balm. I'm just gonna pick it up with my Makeup by Mario F4 brush. I've been obsessed with this brush. This is all I use for my cream bronzers, cream blushes, cream highlighters, creams, everything. And this is actually our second year that we do Easter baskets for our kids. It's just not something that we do back in Belarus. Easter is very much different there. And when I was growing up, our Easter activities would usually be coloring the eggs, and then mom would bake one of those sweet, yummy breads called kulich. Ooh, and sometimes she would do one of those delicious, how do I say it in English? It's called tворожная pascha, and it's basically like a traditional dessert that is made with farmer's cheese, or tворог in Russian, sugar and some rich cream. You can also add vanilla, dried fruits, nuts, and it's made in a pyramid shape symbolizing the tomb of Christ. That was really good. I actually really miss having nice quality farmer's cheese here in the United States. Back in Belarus, it's not as salty, so you can actually make some desserts with it, and it's just so much better. So yeah, that was our Easter. We would eat those yummy foods and we would go to church. That's it. We definitely didn't have any fancy Easter baskets filled with toys and candies and all kinds of things. Oh my gosh. Honestly, it's been a little while to see all those TikToks where people are posting what are they putting in their baskets for their kids. And I'm not a hater. Listen, that's your kid. You do whatever you want. And I'm all for gift giving. And I love a good theme. Like, I'm putting in my kids' basket, you know, a little bit of candy, coloring book, maybe a toy, and that's it. But I've seen people put in Stanley cups, and by the way, what is up with Stanley cups? Why people are obsessed with Stanley cups? I just don't understand. I've seen people collecting them and like buying every single release, and I'm just like, how are you storing them, first of all? Like, that takes a lot of space. And are you even using them? I don't think they're even using them. Then I saw someone put iPad in the Easter basket and also MacBook, like laptop. I'm gonna go ahead and use this Versed Shade Swipe Blush Stick. Ooh, I'm excited to try it. The shade looks a little bit too deep for me. Kinda intimidated, not gonna lie. When I received it, it actually was kinda moving around in the packaging. I think it came broken, but it's still okay. I was able to smoosh it back in, but this shade is Brownstone. Let's just give it a little swatch, see what we're working with. Whoa! Instantly reminds me of Merit. It's the finish. The Merit blushes have very similar finish. It actually should not be surprising because Versed is a brainchild of Catherine Power, and she's also a founder of Merit. So I guess this is like a Merit on a budget, Target Merit, if you will. I'm gonna use the same brush, just this side this time, and I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of the pigment from the back of my hand because I have no idea how pigmented this will look on me. Okay, yes, this is nicely pigmented. So back to Easter and its craziness. I just don't understand, when did Easter become new Christmas? And again, I have nothing against candy. I love a little jelly bean, a little chocolate, but it's just so performative and so rage clickbaity. These people know what they're doing when they put iPads and all those super expensive things in their baskets. Oh wow, this blush is blending like a butter. So all these Easter baskets, they are not even for the kids in the long run, they're just for the content, for the views, for the engagement. Even if it's negative engagement, because people are enraged when they see such type of content. At least it's not realistic for most people. Plus, you know what you're doing. You're creating this idea that it's normal when it's not. It's not normal to give your 9-year-old a PlayStation in his Easter basket when all he really needs is a coloring book and some jelly beans. And I saw one mom and she posted her extravagant Easter basket and she was saying that she does it because she didn't have it when she was growing up. Nobody paid attention to her when it was Easter. So now it's kind of her excuse to spoil her child. But I'm like, it doesn't have to be the only way. We can also show our kids that it's not all about stuff and materialistic things. It's also about family and connecting and spending time together, and that's what's important, and that's what love is. Like, isn't that the most valuable thing our kids can learn from us as parents? I'm also a mom. I love my kids more than anything in the world, and of course I want to spoil them. But I feel like it has to stop somewhere, you know? I'm an adult, and when I see those rage-baity, clickbaity posts, I can easily scroll and don't pay attention to them because I know what they're trying to do, you know? I also understand that they do impact, especially younger generation. They do perpetuate this idea that more stuff equals happiness, and it just could not be more far from the truth. Now, if you're a mom and you got your kid a little $30 Easter bag, you're doing amazing. Your kid is going to remember the fun, the attention, the time that you spent with him. And there's no correlation between having a 500 or even more Easter bag with having a great childhood. I promise you that. Side note, this blush is freaking amazing. Just how gorgeous is this sunburned terracotta shade? Wow, I'm in love with this shade. The formula is so easy to work to. It just effortlessly blends. It doesn't look patchy. It gives this beautiful dewy finish. Okay, first, I'm gonna use a little bit of my Maracuja Juicy Glow from Tarte. This is the stick clicky pen highlighter, and I'm working on it in my project pen. I always use a little bit before setting my makeup, because sometimes it looks a little bit weird if I apply it on the set base. Oh no, I forgot to use the Versed brush they sent my way. This one seems perfect to blend out the cream blush. Oh well, next time. Now let's go and try the Skin Solution Serum Concealer. I have mine in the shade 2 and hopefully it somewhat matches me. This one retails for $15 and it says, this weightless concealer feels like a hydrating serum and delivers medium coverage that goes on creamy and blends right in. The formula self-sets, so don't have to worry. Made a mistake here on the website, I think, right? It's worry. It should be the formula self-sets, so don't have to worry about creasing. I actually think that we can try to blend out the concealer with this brush. So let me just go ahead and apply the concealer. This is the doe foot applicator we have. Really nice and big. Let's just do a couple of dots. Ooh, I think I've applied way too much. Let me just go ahead and blend that into my skin. Okay, I actually blended out really effortlessly. And I'm just gonna use what's left on the brush to kind of highlight the center of my face. Also, Katy Perry went to space. How do you guys feel about that? It was part of this Blue Origin mission with an all-female crew, and now it's being hyped up as some huge feminism win for the humanity. Been heavily criticized all over the social media right now, and I will give my hot take on this. Well, it's not really a hot take, but I will say I love that it was an all-women crew. There was not a single man. I just love that. Can I say that? But to be honest, that's kind of where it stops for me. This wasn't this girl power, girl boss move. It was just rich people doing rich people things. First of all, the whole entire thing lasted about 11 minutes with about 4 minutes of actual weightlessness. This wasn't a scientific mission. They weren't exploring anything. They weren't doing any research, so there wasn't even any science behind it. Like, they give these interviews and make it sound like they did something groundbreaking, but it was a super brief flight. They basically crossed the Kármán line, which is like a boundary of space at 100 kilometers above the Earth. Spent 4 minutes in weightlessness, took your selfies, and returned to Earth, and basically that's it. The whole trip lasted less than 1 episode of Love Island. Let's just call it what it is. This was a luxury tourism. We don't need to put a feminism label on it, please. And then Katy Perry saying that it's the only way to feel love and blah blah blah. I'm like, girl, can we just read the room for 1 second? It's the tone deafness for me. Complete disregard of reality that people live in. Most of us will never fly first class, let alone hop on a cute rocket for fun. And can we also talk about the environmental cost? Even these short trips require a ton of fuel. Now, in all fairness, Blue Ocean doesn't use fuel. It uses liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen, but still, the production and the whole launch process still has a hefty carbon footprint. And it's because of these billionaires like Musk and Bezos. They show that space tourism is absolutely normal, it's completely okay. But how will it affect climate? They don't care. I have these 2 trios from Jen Iredale. These are a part of their spring collection. This one is driftwood and it has 1 shimmer. This one is all matte. This is Riverstone. I think I want to use this one because a girl cannot be without her shimmers. It's given rich people show, it's given distraction. Rich people are doing rich people things and trying to dress it up as empowerment. And listen, I have nothing against Katy Perry, but true empowerment and true equality is not Katy Perry in a rocket. It's everyday girls getting access to free healthcare, funding, opportunities, basic human rights, not just love, vibes, and PR. I love that they're trying to sell it to us as being such a huge inspiration and no one is buying it. That's exactly why I love social media, because people will tell you how they feel. They will not shy about it. I don't know, it was just such a wasted opportunity in so many aspects. Can you for 1 second imagine being a female astronaut, like real one, where you dedicated your whole life to studying and research, and you know you have so much to offer and you can actually make a change? Then you see some pop star being sent to space instead of you, just for some clout and empowerment. Like, that must feel incredibly disheartening. And of course we have Katy Perry speeches. I don't really expect much from pop stars. Like, I don't expect anything from them, to be honest. But still, it's kind of jarring to hear, because how disconnected can you be from reality? It just tells you everything you need to know about these people. Definitely live in this little bubble. Just please don't represent empowerment and feminism. We're good over here, we don't claim you. I'm gonna use this mascara from Prada. This is their Prada Scope mascara. This has very interesting wand. Bristles are only on one side of the brush, and the rest of the brush is kinda naked and has the word Prada on it. It's not my first time using this mascara. This one is just okay in my opinion. I like that it's not clumpy, but it doesn't really give me much volume. Like, I like a little bit of clump in my mascara, because I feel like that's what it makes it volumizing. And this one is definitely more lengthening, at least on me. And I don't mind the formula. I don't think it's a bad formula, but it just doesn't blow my socks off. And if you're a luxury item, if you're a luxury makeup product, I kind of expect that you will do that, you know? And some people will pay more money just for the brand. And again, I don't really think it's a bad thing. I think it's okay to want luxury and branded items. But I'm just in that camp where I think the more you cost, the better you should perform, kinda. Otherwise, I'm just going to a drugstore and buying a Maybelline mascara. I also want to throw on a powder blush, and these are from Tower 28. These are their new Get Set blushes. I recently posted a whole video swatching these blushes on my face, all 6 shades. So definitely go check it out if you love swatch videos. But what shade should we use today? Long Beach Iced Tea is the one that I use the most, just because I love how natural and nudish it looks on my skin. Let's use a little bit of Calva Crush today. I feel like it would layer really nice over that first blush we tried. Oh, this is such a gorgeous peachy shade. I love blush. It just adds so much life into my skin. As for my lips, I want to use one of these new Gisou lip oils. We have Raspberry Swirl, and it's like a cool toned milky pink. Glazed Plum is a beautiful beige shade with shimmer in it. And finally we have Bellini Peach, which is like a milky peachy shade. I've actually already tried them on, and I think my favorite is Raspberry Swirl. First I'm gonna line my lips a little bit. I'm gonna use my trusty, this is from Tower 28, this is their multi-liner in Work of Art. But what are your guys' opinions on these two topics? I really need to sharpen this one. I'm just the worst when it comes to sharpening my lip liners. I'm just gonna gently blend the liner into my lips, since the lip oils are pretty sheer and I don't want to have that visible contrast between the two. Now let's go in with the lip oil. It smells so amazing, sweet and fruity. Kinda artificial candy-like, but I mean, they all smell artificial. These Gisou lip oils are so pretty. I feel like pretty is the perfect word to describe them. They truly feel like lip oils. They're very lightweight, non-sticky. I feel like the only more lightweight formula is the Clarins one. Just so comfortable and hydrating on the lips. I love them. I feel like you don't really need them all. I wouldn't say go and buy all of them, especially these two milky ones. I feel like you can definitely stick to one and be fine. I have another product that I somehow forgot to use. This is Glass Skin Luminizing Stick from Peach and Lily. And they say that you can use it under or over makeup. Highlight, hydrate and visibly smooth with this illuminating sheer balm stick. I think you can try to be a little edgy and use it over makeup and see how that goes. I'm just gonna use the same versed brush we used to blend out my concealer. And this is what the illuminating stick looks like. Let me just swatch it for you guys. But there's actually not much to see here. It's just literally a balm in a stick. Let's do it for the sides. I'm gonna pick up a little bit with a brush. I just don't want to draw it directly on my face because I feel like it will take off all of my makeup. Alright, here goes nothing. Okay, did a little bit of something. A little bit sticky, not overly so, but just a tiny bit. I'm not mad at how it looks. I'm actually gonna apply it to this side too. Ooh, hello, glowy skin. Definitely didn't lie about the illuminating part. Okay, actually like it more than I thought I would. You know, I was wearing a matte blush, but it kinda turned it into almost a cream blush. It gave it this beautiful dewy effect. I'm not mad at this. And our final product, we have Easy Bake Setting Spray. This is new from Huda Beauty. This is basically like the Easy Bake OG powder, but in a bottle form. It literally has powder inside here, like rice starch. So you have to really shake it well to mix it all. And you can see the powder sitting here on the mister. Not my first time using this product. I've actually took this one with me to our Hawaii trip and I featured this one and other products I've taken with me to Hawaii in my unpack with me. But let's just go ahead and set this face. Now, full disclaimer, I don't love the mister on this one. It's super aggressive. It's just not great. I also find that the mister gets clogged sometimes because of that powder. So you kind of have to... Okay, here we go. You have to give a couple of spritz. Take my hair out of the way. Yeah, they definitely need to get back in the lab and work on that mister because you can see the droplets on my face, right? But the formula itself is really good. I feel like it definitely mattifies and prolongs the wear of my makeup. I mean, we had such packed days while we were on our vacation in Hawaii, and I've used it on some days and I didn't set my face with it other days, and I definitely felt the difference. Okay, we are all done. Let me just take this off my head. Here's the final look. I really love how it turned out. I definitely have my favorites from today's Get Ready With Me. Very impressed by Verse makeup. These two are my top favorites, but I haven't tried the lippy yet, so it's hard to say. But the blush was just so easy and effortless to use. I love how pigmented it was, and for that pigment it blended out so effortlessly and gives this stunning, beautiful glowy finish. Concealer gives a really nice coverage and it doesn't look dry or too heavy. It's definitely a serum formula and it just looks so natural on the skin. I cannot wait to use it more. Brush feels really nice made. It's not flimsy. It's really packed and it was so easy to blend out my products. Haven't tried the lippy as I said, but overall, very impressed. Did not expect to like it as much as I do, and I cannot wait to try and play with these products more. Also, this glass skin luminizing stick from Peach and Lily. Yeah, it's definitely glass skin. Was kinda nervous about using it over sad face, but as you saw, it looks gorgeous. Of course, I will try to use it in other ways like under makeup, but so far I'm very impressed. But anyway, let me know down in the comments your thoughts on these two topics we talked about. I know they were kind of a little bit random and all over the place, but I don't know, I feel like sometimes it's nice to be critical of things that are going on around us, and it's just nice to sit down and beat your face and play with all the makeup and just talk to you guys like you are my friends. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you for getting ready with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, you know, all the good things. But I love you guys also so much, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.